Good afternoon, and welcome to News 69. I'm Donald Savage.
And I'm Bruce Schneider. Thank you for joining us.
For our first story, at least 6 Americans were injured when a plane crash occurred in the capital of Honduras. We will now go over to Todd Johnson for more details.
Thank you, Donald. Our first story today, at least 6 Americans were injured when a plane crashed in Honduras' capital, Tegucigalpa, Tuesday morning. The aircraft was on a private flight from Austin, Texas when it skidded off the runway and into a ditch at DeContin International Airport. Authorities have given conflicting accounts on the amount of people on board the aircraft. Some reports have said 6, others said 9. Surprisingly enough, there were no casualties. All passengers were safely removed from the wreckage with little to no injuries. The cause of the crash has yet to be determined. According to aviation expert Andrew Charlton, it is not unlikely that this Gulfstream G200 aircraft was too back-heavy. The plane had cargo, toilet facilities, and even a kitchen, all located in the back of the aircraft. The aircraft tore almost completely in half upon impact with the ditch. For more news on traffic incidents and things like that, I'm Todd Johnson.
Thanks, Todd. The Trump administration just announced that it will impose heavy tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from the European Union, Canada, and Mexico. This announcement could mean a trade war between the United States and these countries. Mr. Schneider, give us more details on this.
On Thursday, the White House released a presidential proclamation, and Donald Trump wrote on Twitter, "Aluminum articles are being imported into the United States in such quantity and such circumstances as to threaten to impair the national security of the United States." Initially, European Union, Canada, and Mexico were exempted from the levies, and the exemptions were due to expire on June 1st. The European Union responded that it would impose retaliatory tariffs to the United States and take it to a trade court by the World Trade Organization to deem Donald Trump's policy illegal. The European Union also previously threatened to impose tariffs on U.S. whiskey, jeans, orange juice, peanuts, and other products if the United States carries out a metal tariff flags. Canada also responded with a threat that it will impose retaliatory tariffs on U.S. export that are worth billions of dollars. According to Canadian Foreign Minister, Canada will challenge the move under the North American Free Trade Agreement and the World Trade Organization. The spokesman of the UK government said that they were disappointed by the move by the Trump administration, and he stated that the UK and other European Union countries are the U.S. allies and should be exempted from the U.S. measure on steel and aluminum.
Very interesting story, Bruce. And now we will take it over to Thomas White, who is interviewing Coach Hoare about the new NFL kneeling rule.
So I'm here out conducting personal interviews, going door to door, and I've met here with Coach Hoare. And in a moment we'll get to hear his opinions on the new NFL kneeling rule. For those that don't know, the NFL's top administration has now garnished a new rule leading to the controversial decisions that players have been making while kneeling during the national anthem. The NFL has decided that players may remain in the locker room if they don't wish to participate in the national anthem, but if they kneel during the national anthem out on the field, teams will be fined and they could have a penalty drawn against them in the very first notions of the game. Coach Hoare, what's your overall opinion of this?
Well, Thomas, first off, I'd like to thank you for being here and for asking me these questions. I think these are trying times, and it's good that the local man can get his opinion out. Now, for those that don't know, I'm a local here in Chattanooga, Virginia, and I coach a football team down at Westboro, and I coach a field hockey team down at Remington. Two different schools, kind of hover around, get to meet a lot of the players and the kids. And, there's a lot of mixed feelings, a lot of mixed opinions about it. I'm going to be honest with you.
So, Coach, I'm a little confused as to what your stance may be on this issue. Could you maybe give a little more clarification to that?
Well, to clarify, it's a little difficult to kind of pin this down. It's a pretty hot button issue, if I may say so. I hear a lot of the kids when they're working hard and putting in the hours that they're not really talking about social issues. They're focused on getting the job done. They're chasing that ring. But you know, it does come up in the locker room sometimes. These kids are very educated. They like to have meaningful and deep conversation, and you know, I pick up on it from time to time. And I'll join in sometimes, you know, but most of the time I'll let them have their discussion. I don't want to impact them. I want to contribute a little bit to kind of keep it going, because it's a good debate.
I'm trying to figure out, you know, what your opinion specifically is on this. That's kind of why I'm conducting this interview with you.
All right then, that's mighty fine. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you right here up front, real quick. And you low down the skinny dip. I really don't have one.
Well, that's all the time we have to interview today. I'm Thomas White. Back to you, Donald.
Moving on, we have breaking news about the situation in Hawaii. Dennis Biggs, a local volcano expert, will be sharing some information on the recent eruption.
Hi, it's Dennis Biggs reporting on live here in Hawaii. I'm out here talking about the lava eruptions, as you can see out there in the distance. Me and my boy just out here be fishing because the new lava brings new life. This lava is creating lots of land, as you can see along the sides out here, but also it's creating toxic acid. This is not good for the people living and for the animals out here. Here on the northwest side of the island, there's no active volcanoes. There's no new land. So over there, the ocean is eroding the land and making it harder for people to live. As we can see, it's just taking the temperature right now. The lava is erupting from the current volcano over here. Has roughly 1,150 degrees Celsius. So that's smoking hot. As you can see, I'm sweating BBs. I got so much perspiration right now. It's crazy out here, boys. But what we're seeing out here is pretty miraculous. As we watch the lava flow down, we can just immediately see the new land creating. It's just amazing out here. Back to the station. Stay hot, boys.
And that will be all for News 69. Have a great evening.